Marshall Record Shop, like all stations, receives many different kinds of letters from many different persons. And Miss Elaine Thomas, like workers in other offices, is ready to read and act on these business letters. Some letters receive prompt attention, while others don't make out so well. Here's an example. What sort of albums? What size and color? Miss Thomas can't do anything with this letter right now. She sets it aside until she has time to write for more information. You can be sure she'll look after her other letters first. Here's a letter that catches interest and will get prompt attention. Why? Because it's neat in appearance and easy to read. Letters like this don't just happen, they are planned. Before he wrote this letter, Jim Randolph had written another. Jim's first letter wasn't so good. His friend Eddie, with whom he was spending the summer, told him so. Eddie was sure the letter would never accomplish its purpose. And he was right. Whose arrangement of the records would they send? How would they be paid for? And how could the boys be sure the records would arrive in time for next week's party? No, they'd better write another letter.
Say, here are my class notes on business letters. Maybe we can put them to work. Here. A letter takes the place of a personal visit. Takes the place of a personal visit. Where is this record shop anyway? Elmwood? That's your hometown, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the place where I buy all my records.
Well, let's think of how it would be if you went there to get these records.
Oh, then we'll write a letter to do the same thing.
Check. This notebook has a lot of good suggestions like that. Now, what do you do when you go to the record shop?
Well,
Wait a minute. Here, let me have the letter. Now, I'll just follow along and see where we need to make any changes. Now, first of all, you go up to the clerk and greet him, don't you?
Her. It's a woman. Her name's Elaine Thomas.
All right, you greet her. You say, "Good morning, Miss Thomas." Then you tell her what records you want.
That's right. I want the recordings of Meet Me at the Corner, Sad Sally, and Blue Blues.
But Miss Thomas wants to know which recordings. There are lots of different arrangements, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want the Swing Sisters recordings, of course.
All right. And just to make sure, you check the record catalog and find the exact records you want by number. Miss Thomas takes down the numbers and goes to get the records.
Mm-hmm. I ought to put the record numbers in my letter. Then, when Miss Thomas brings the records, she figures up my bill and I pay her. That's all there's to it.
She has to give you the package, and then you thank her for her service, don't you?
Yes, I guess so.
Now, your letter should do the same things. But that doesn't take care of everything. Let's see.
Be brief, be clear, be courteous. A letter should make a good impression. That depends first upon its appearance. Form is important. If you use block style, use it for your address and the address of the letter and on the envelope too. Or if you use indented style, use the same style all three places. Use form consistently to give a businesslike impression. On Jim's first letter, there was both block style and indented style. And it was badly centered. For pleasing appearance, a letter should be in the center of the page. Then you'll give a neat impression, a good first impression. So in rewriting his letter, Jim will pay attention to form and centering. Eddie will check the wordage while Jim types. It's better all around to type a business letter. If you can't, write with ink in good, clear handwriting. And make a carbon copy for yourself.
We'll need this catalog to look up the numbers.
All right. What's first?
Your address, of course.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's my address and the date.
Now the address of the letter.
Might as well address the letter to Miss Elaine Thomas.
Now you gotta be sure that the letter goes to the right place. So put the complete address on it.
Yeah, let's see. Marshall? Record Shop. 448 Oak Street. Elmwood. Postal Zone 5, Iowa.
Got it? Now, remember, the letter takes the place of a visit, so you've got to greet Miss Thomas, and courteously.
Yeah, not good morning, but dear Miss Thomas.
Now you come right to the point of your letter.
Will you please send me the Swing Sisters recordings of Meet Me at the Corner, Sad Sally, and Blue Blues? These are Regal record numbers 3890, 3751, and 3808. Priced at 85 cents each. How's that?
Sounds good so far. Now you'll want to pay for the records.
How about making that a new paragraph?
Good idea.
I enclose a money order for $2.55 for the 3 records.
What about postage?
Oh, they'll pay that on an order over $2. I understand you will pay postage on this order. Now to hurry the order. I need these records by July 22nd, and since I have always received prompt and helpful service from you in the past, I feel sure you can fill this order by that time.
By that time. That's the idea. A good bit of courtesy and appreciation will help. Now you'll want to say goodbye, won't you?
Oh, yes. Sincerely yours, Jim Randolph. There. How's that?
Let's see. Looks pretty good. You better sign your name, though.
Oh.
Say, in the notebook there are some questions to ask about business letters. Let's see if our letter's up to par.
Questions. Oh, here are those general rules. Be brief, be clear, be courteous. I guess the letter does those things. It really is like paying a visit to the shop. Oh, here are those questions. Is the letter neat, in good form, well-centered?
Yep.
Is each request clear?
Mm-hmm.
Is the letter specific as to size, type, color, and price?
Yes, it is.
Does the letter begin with a proper salutation and end with a complimentary close?
Check.
I guess it's all right then.
We ought to get those records in plenty of time for the party.
Yes, Jim's letter will receive prompt attention and good service. A good letter accomplishes its purpose. And here are other letters which will receive good service. Although they are different kinds of business letters, they follow the same rules. They are clear, brief, and courteous. Each letter gives a good impression of the writer and takes the place of a personal visit. A letter of complaint should be especially courteous, just as you are courteous when you make a claim in person. A sales letter must be brief and clear. The salesman who calls in person takes care not to waste his customer's time. And so with a letter of application. You're much more likely to get the job if your first letter makes a good impression. Whatever the purpose of a business letter, it will serve best if it is clear, brief, and courteous. Here are Jim's records, ready to be mailed to him. That is prompt service. The records will arrive in time for the party because Jim planned and wrote a good business letter. A letter that urged action. A letter that successfully took the place of a personal visit. A business letter that was clear, brief, and courteous.